Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JoshSnipes, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts today on Operation Chimera. Now, I'm going to give it to you for what I thought in Montreal when I was at the Invitationals and what my thoughts were when they were announcing them there. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts now after playing both characters, Finka and Lion, and also some of the nerfs and buffs that we have seen to, say, Blitz and Ella. Also, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is Mission Outbreak and kind of what my thoughts are on that. So stay tuned, guys. I'll probably leave timestamps below if you just want to see one part of the video, but let's get right on to the video. The person that I want to talk about first is going to be Finka and kind of where I saw her and where she is now from what I saw in Montreal. Finka is one of those operators that when she first came out, I was like, oh man, dude, she's going to really make a difference. They showed her ability to pick people up. They showed her ability to boost people. And then they went through a list of all of the hard counters, and I was really just hard pressed to see how she'd fit in the meta and kind of how she would work within a team. From what I've seen, a lot of pro players are saying that she's not going to be used and probably is going to be only a ranked player. I mean, this makes sense that she's not going to see that much use in Pro League because there are better picks than her. But her gadget, being able to pick people up, giving people health boosts, has seen some uses in ranked, but I feel like it takes a very well coordinated team, and it seems like it's almost used for just pushing. Actually, both these operators seem like they're only for just pushing into objectives or pushing roamers out from wherever they might be hiding on the map, if it's on the other side or if it's just above the objective. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about Finka. I think that she's just a great idea for the game to have, and it's just another player to have and another character to add in. But I don't think she's going to get that much use in competitive play, and that's okay, because not every single player needs to be completely 110% balanced and used in competitive play. But just so you guys know, I very much think she's only going to see a lot of ranked play and maybe see some competitive play, but people are definitely going to take Lion over Finka, probably 9 times out of 10 in competitive. Moving on to Lion, Lion has had a ton, I wouldn't call it controversy, but a lot of differences of opinions is what I want to call it. A lot of people really don't care for Lion. A lot of the pros are talking about Lion and saying that he really is just way too OP, which I understand. Now, if you guys haven't seen what Lion does, Lion has a drone that sits above the map that is completely indestructible. You can see it, but it's indestructible. And what happens is he sends out a sound wave and it locates enemies that move. Now, this almost seems like it wouldn't be a bad idea, and I don't think it's a bad idea in theory, but in practice, when someone moves, all they need to do is move like maybe a half an inch, quarter of an inch at all. If they touch the keys or the controller, or say if your controller sticks a little bit, you're gonna be screwed online because you need to stand completely still while his drone's going off. If you are spotted though, it shows an entire outline of you. And it doesn't matter what part of the map you're on, where you are, or what you're near. You're going to have an entire outline of you if you're moving. Even if you stop moving, that outline's still going to be there. So if you start running, just keep running and hope you live because Lion's going to come get you. But the one thing that counters him that people keep arguing is Mute. Mute's not used that much in Pro League and not used that much in ranked in general. People like using other characters than Mute, it's okay. Again, people don't need to have every single character be viable for ranked and for Pro League. With that being said, kind of forcing someone to play Mute because they don't want to deal with Lion, and Mute's jammers don't have a wide enough radius to even warrant picking Mute because you're going to end up staying in pretty much the same spot even if you would have just not moved. So it kind of makes picking Mute kind of a hard choice. But Lion has definitely seen a ton of controversy from Pro League. All the NA Pro players and a lot of the EU Pro players have been giving their opinions on what they think, and a majority of them are saying that Lion's way too OP, that he's a broken operator. And this isn't the kind of OP and broken that we saw with Ella. Bacon actually had a very good tweet telling us the difference between why they're broken, Ella and Lion. And Ella is broken on an individual level, while Lion seemed to be, when you have him in a really well coordinated team, which most Pro League teams should be, or at least are, you have this problem where you get pushed out of places and get pushed into sight and things like that in a very well coordinated fashion where gunfights don't matter anymore. If you move at all, you get penalized for that. I don't know if I agree with that move that Ubisoft did, but I understand what the point of him was, but I think him showing all the outlines of players that are moving, it definitely leaves a lot of people at disadvantages. And I don't think that Lion has a place right now. And I think the fix, honestly, at the very least, is give him 2 scans instead of 3. Finka, it makes sense that her ability has 3 because her ability is not crazy amazing that it can block out other abilities. But Lions completely takes away from the roam game, and it takes away from trying to hold site or retaking site. If Lion stays alive all the way to the diffuser getting planted, and he has, say, 1 or even 2 of his things left, then he's going to keep you out of the bomb unless someone kills him right away. Now, this is kind of scary going into Pro League, and Pro League starts on March 12th, I believe. And so it's going to be interesting to see, and I'll definitely have to relook at how they use him to kind of get the exact feel for how Pro League is going to use him. I have a feeling that he's probably going to see almost a 100% pick rate through most teams. You don't need to work very well to coordinate him into your meta or into your strategy that you have. And I have a feeling that's just how Lion's gonna be. Both Finka and Lion's gun are not super OP. I don't think their guns or any of the weapons, actually their loadouts, are anything crazy or anything to write home about. I just think that Lion's ability might be a little too overpowered, but we'll definitely see starting in Pro League. We're gonna see if it actually is. Now moving on, I want to talk about Ela and Blitz's changes that they had recently. Let's start with Ela. Ela's recoil, they've been trying to nerf Ela ever since they brought her into the game. And I mean, before Pro League, before the Invitational happened, they took away 10 of her rounds and they sort of nerfed some of her effects, but they couldn't touch her because they didn't want to change her so much right before a big event like Invitationals. Now they announced that her recoil would be nerfed and that they were hoping that with the recoil nerf you wouldn't see that much Ela being played in the game. Now, I haven't really seen too much of a dip of Ela. It's kind of like when they nerfed Jaeger and took away his ACOG. Now people just play Jaeger and play Ela closer than they would have. And Jaeger has a really bad recoil also, and it's very hard to control. But that doesn't make him unplayable. People will just usually play him closer. Their guns are still going to be very good, and honestly, this is a step up from where Ela was, but I don't think there's too much now that they can do if she is still a problem. I don't think there's too much now that they can do really besides just taking away something else that's completely ridiculous. I like what they did with the Ela nerf. I think that it was very good change. I think that hopefully we'll see the pick rate on Ela go down a lot, if not a little bit at the very least. I don't know if Pro League's gonna not use her that much because her gadget alone is pretty useful, but I don't know. And it's gonna be interesting. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. I have no idea what we're gonna see. Now moving on to Blitz. Blitz saw a lot of use actually from a lot of the Latin American teams in Pro League, and more specifically, Black Dragons Julio plays a lot of Blitz, and so does Young on Evil Geniuses. They play a lot of shield characters in general, but we saw a lot of Blitz play from both people. I think that Blitz was already in a good spot. I don't think that anyone asked them to touch him. I don't think that it was really necessary. With that being said, though, I think that what they did with Blitz was, it's okay. I think that having Lion, having this Blitz buff, kind of forces this trap meta even more than it was before, which pros were already complaining about it during last season before Invitational. And I think all these changes that they made kind of forced the trap meta even more. And it's going to be interesting come Monday what we actually see these pros and how they use it. Blitz is probably going to get nerfed again if they see he's too OP. A lot of people have been playing Blitz, and it's kind of hard to go up against him now that he's even faster. Now, obviously, if you guys saw the GIFs and all the memes and stuff, what happened was they messed up on the Blitz buff, and they actually put a multiplier with his shield that screwed everything up, and so he was actually running way faster than he should have been. lastly, I want to talk about Mission Outbreak. Mission Outbreak is it's this new event that came right after the Invitationals. It's going to be going on for a month, and it is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It is so much fun to screw around and be able to shoot mutants and run around and gun people. I don't care for it that much because I had my fill of kind of zombie/mutant kind of things all the way from World at War and Call of Duty, so this doesn't tickle my fancy, and it doesn't really do very much for me, and it doesn't feel like Siege. But with that being said, it drew in a ton of new players. Now, I don't know if all those players are going to stay because Mission Outbreak definitely doesn't feel anything like the game, so it doesn't give people too much of a taste of the game, but they can get interested enough to come actually play and kind of learn the mechanics of how Siege works in the game. Anyways, with that being said, it's going to wrap things up for today. Make sure to be on the lookout for my next How to Play. It's going to be How to Play Smoke. You guys just got a little preview here if you stayed to the very end. And that's going to be it for today. Anyways, guys, this is going to be JoshSnipes signing off.
Oh my god! Lion, the potato. Potato's strong with that one.
You have entered an enemy controlled area.
Not after.
Leave
Yes.
now. You have been notified by hostiles. Fall back.
Oh my
Oh,
god, what are you
yes.
doing?
Yes!
What is happening
Yes.
here?
Look at this.
Oh my god. Wow. Jeez.